So you came out in this nasty weather, and all you get is curses and woes. Well, some blessings too. Curses and blessings in Jeremiah, blessings and woes in the gospel. I think sometimes when things are going poorly for us, we can be tempted to ask, why me, God? What did I do to deserve this? And there are times when we might be tempted to look with envy on those who seem to be so blessed. We find ourselves asking, how come it seems that they always get the good stuff? Well, how about tonight? Tonight, are you feeling blessed or cursed? Are you feeling blessings or woes? Underlying these dynamics is the temptation to imagine, to believe that God looks down upon us all with a bag of blessings in one hand and a bag of curses in the other. And he passes them out as he sees fit, blessing some and cursing others. Is that your God? Is that a God you believe in? Is that a God you want to follow? A capricious God? Well, Jeremiah didn't want to follow that God, and Jesus didn't want to follow that God. I don't want to follow that God, and I presume you don't either. Jeremiah writes of blessings and curses, but he makes it clear that those who seek blessings need to plant themselves, plant their lives and their choices near the waters of the Lord and his word. That's where blessings spring up. Jeremiah makes it equally clear that those who put their trust in human invention, put their trust in their own strength, may well find themselves parched and withered for having settled and rooted themselves apart from the cool streams of the Lord's peace. So the blessings and curses here are not prizes and punishments from God to reward or to chastise us. Jeremiah's noonday desert sun beats down on all of us. And the blessing of God falls upon all of us. This isn't about being spared the barren desert of problems and troubles and difficulties, burdens and grief. Rather, it's about where and how and from whom we seek relief from our woes and find the gift and the comfort of God's blessing. What makes the difference here is where we choose to be planted, what waters we choose to drink, and in whose truth we choose to put down our roots. So it is that those who appear to be cursed by the woes of sickness, poverty, oppression, need, and hurt, they might, in their heart of hearts, experience refreshment from drinking deeply of faith's refreshing waters. And so it is that those who appear to be blessed by health, wealth, privilege, success, and comfort, they might, in their heart of hearts, face a barren emptiness and a thirst for the blessings that wealth and success simply can't provide for us. We've often been told to grow where we're planted. That's good advice if we're careful about where we plant ourselves, what waters we drink, and in whose wisdom we sink our roots. The scriptures tonight invite us to test the soil in which we've planted our hopes and dreams, to seek the flowing streams of faith and prayer that truly quench our heart's deepest thirsts, to root our trust and hope not in ourselves, so easy to do that, but in God, harder to do that. To root our trust and hope in God so that times of woe will neither distress nor defeat us. And in times of blessing, we will bear much fruit. You know, the first sign of blessing is not that our woes disappear. That may come. But the first sign of blessing is that finding that the Lord is with us in our woes. That even when we feel cursed, God is with us. Jesus is by our side. On the cross, Jesus himself was not shielded from the heat, the pain, and the thirst of the noonday sun. But he trusted in God. And he trusted in God even when there seemed to be absolutely no reason left to trust in God. In the midst of his woes, Jesus on the cross, when it seemed he was cursed, in the midst of that there flowed from his side those blessed and saving waters given to nourish and refresh us in our hardest times. And the gift of the Eucharist at this altar, the sacrifice of the cross, is made our supper. And the food of this table is the healing of all our woes and the greatest blessing that can be ours. Indeed, blessed are those who trust in the Lord, whose hope is in the Lord their God.